today.
Back to MSI for day number 3. Top Esports already picked up the first game against Fnatic, and we are hot dropping into Fnatic, who chose blue side here. Kalista B1 as well. The update is that Jackilov's going to swap around in the matchup and go to the Virus with the Xin this game too.
Yeah, I kind of like this idea from Fnatic, hard targeting Jackielov here on blue side, because on blue side you get all these target bans, throw them down, and then you know that as long as you ban out his Draven and his Senna, then you can slam the Kalista yourself. Wow, they're even going to take up the Viego here and answer.
Just copying their homework or what? I guess the Renata is outside that, as I need to say, Jun's Renata is insane. This guy has had some of his best performances this year on this pick, so I do like the aggression that Fnatic are trying to match, as Top Esports aren't shying away either with the Rumble top.
Flexible Rumble pick here.
I said top, you're right, it is flexible.
Every Rumble's flexible.
Yeah.
And mid lane players after the changes. Changes were really interesting and very helpful to Galio, adding the health scaling to his W really opened him up. We don't get to see him, unfortunately, in this game, but keep that in mind as the tournament does progress with the Camille buffs as well. Definitely a possibility. But anyways, back to this draft with the hover over once again on the LeBlanc here.
A lot of burst, resets.
Team. And basically, if you do have to team fight, you're relying so heavily on Jun and on a good Renata to actually use that CC to create the structure that you're kind of missing without having a pure tank on your team. But I always love when you get full firepower like this, because it's definitely going to be explosive, definitely going to have a lot of kills here, and hopefully the action starts soon.
Throw more of the Hail Mary here. One step away at Top Esports, so T1
can they get some kills? Oftentimes, too, when you have a Camille option like this, you're also looking at possible pincer plays towards jungle. Xin Zhao is notorious for having a very good team fight because of the ultimate, but in skirmishes, definitely has some liabilities if you're looking at solo laners like Camille and LeBlanc with possibilities of picking him off, locking him down. So you have to be very careful with your positioning, especially when you're around the solo lanes at that point. Of course, he does have offensive solo lanes himself and offensive setups with both Cream and 369.
I want to point out, though, for 369, second game in a row here for the Cassante, Oscarinen, to use the word merchant, which has been thrown around.
Yeah, thanks. I guess Cadrill gets most credit for that.
I feel like people in the 600s would get it because they were the merchants, you know? Like, people that buy and sell probably get full respect. But
is Cadrill the merchant? He
could be the merchant.
Trying to sell merchants to us.
Taking away Cassante from Oscarinen, I mean, this guy played it consistently over and over. I think it's a really key takeaway that 369 is priority picking this. Instead of looking for a counter pick himself, he's happy to play a take matchup no matter what into. And Oscarinen is forced on something that, again, can be a little bit more volatile. So, Kobe, we've got fun lanes to watch. Mid, top, like, even the 2v2.
I really am super excited to watch the top lane, so because we get to see some of this Camille and see those buffs in action.
That's right.
The W buff, the Q buff. See what Oscarinen can do. Especially because coming into this series, I'd say most people were looking at top lane as one of the biggest mismatches here. With 369, a lot of people on that 369 train of best top laner in the world even.
Yeah.
And Oscar definitely having some matches where he was looking quite lost. 369 in his interview, he said after watching Fnatic's game, he hopes that Oscar's not afraid of him.
Okay.
If you're going to do the Camille pick, I think he's saying he's not afraid.
Feeling better. Yeah. Oscar struggled. Winter playoffs beyond. This guy really struggled in Fnatic, I think, being one of the weakest points, especially when the bottom lanes are leveling up so much in the mid jungle. Did what they did in game number 1, you can see. We'll have to see again, giving volatility to the match up top while Tien now going for an invade himself. He's cleared his camps. Razork is just doing a standard path down. And Kobe, Tien's going to get in his face.
He is. He is also going to walk over this ward, defensive ward here from Razork. So Razork is going to be able to pull back. Mini Krugs are very, very important. There's a lot of gold in those.
That's a red buff. He stacks up the Q, though, looking for a knock up onto Razork.
Smite advantage, but what matters is bottom lanes. Looks like bottom lane for Fnatic calls it off. They say, hey, we're not going to be able to come over and support you, so just give it up. And Tien will successfully steal the red on the invade here. And Razork going to go try and trade and at least get his top Scuttle Crab, allowing Tien the bottom side of the map.
You know, talking about the strong 2v2 at Noah and Jun, historically what we've seen Kalista at Renata, but Kobe on the other side, Jackie and Mako are blitzing through this, through the range, through the early poke. Vara something as well that Jackie Love's played time and time again, but Mako's flexibility on support once again coming in handy with such a powerful kill lane too.
Yeah, Rumble is such an interesting support because he is so powerful early on. It's incredibly fearsome. If the supports are good at managing their heat especially. These harpoons are so annoying early on. The poke damage, his shield is quite a low cooldown, so you'll see him using it to try and get in there for some of that harassment. And basically, when you have the harpoons plus the arrows from Varus, it's such a deadly combo, you know. The Comet comes through, you get your extra damage there, the Hail of Blades as well. So Jackie and Mako doing a good job using that very offensive combination on the bottom side of the map to get themselves the pressure and push up the mini wave into tower, but also allowing Tien the opportunity to, of course, go for that red buff steal that we saw.
Maybe even lead to something a little bit later as well. He's pathing topside for the time being as top esports feel comfortable. Maybe knowing a little bit too much information because Razork must have been spotted on his cross up top as Cream could be in trouble. There's the flash commit from Humanoid again on top of Cream who has no ulti. His flash to be burned is a question mark because Razork right on top of him. Last couple of autos don't come through. The range is there. Humanoid needs one more and he finds it. First blood to Humanoid here again is a powerhouse move for Fnatic.
Nicely done. Those plays are exactly what we were talking about in game number 1 with
the flash handshake comes back. Jun, this is how he does it. Running forward, Noah's going to get a Ren. The trade comes first, but Jun, no reset on the bailout. Mako picks up the kill while Noah looks for the chase, but This is why his Renata is so damn good.
And that's what they were waiting for, the timing window. They were trying to wait on the rend until the actual kill onto Jun came through so they could get the bailout.
Yep.
But then didn't quite have the timing there because Mako made a smart adaptation, so they desync it. So top Esports still get 1 kill, but really good job there from Jun. You were hyping him up at the beginning. He was obviously insanely instrumental in getting Fnatic to this point. He goes for the flash handshake under tower while the minions are gone, so that the tower shot's gonna get him there. And then here, they're like, oh, so close.
Millisecond.
So close. They do not get the timing there to get the rend after the bailout on and popped.
Yep.
And so the kill credit does go over.
The bright side is, with that kill credit, Noah is able to minimize some of that CS advantage that JackeyLove and Mako have found in the 2v2. Gold's only 200 towards JackeyLove, but it's a 20 CS advantage. First that kill leads up to Serrated Dirk. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, speaking of advantages, as the Charm not going to connect, but nor is Humanoid's chain. That could have been close to a kill yet again, or a ult pull out. This mid lane's going well for Humanoid once more as junglers fight it out over the grubs. What is what we like to see too, as Razork is just winning this out, and he's got help. Tien sitting there accepting he's going to die, gives another kill over to Humanoid.
Yeah, there we go. LeBlanc on the board, ready to go again. They did the pre-level 6 gank to get the first kill. Instrumental, you know, before, of course, Ahri has the ultimate for escape, like we were talking about. And then they get the follow-up bonus one on Tien off of Void Grubs. TS do have the 3 Void Grubs again this game, but it's so big to be able to get early kills into Humanoid, as we saw, obviously, in the last game. But, you know, he already has his Dark Seal completed. He's got his Sork Shoes. Oscar's going for the ulti trade.
Hextech ultimatum, yeah, it is just a trade, as you say. Nothing more happens from it. 369 looks for a pivot and an angle. Remember, he's got the all out. He actually pops it. There's no Hextech ultimatum, as we just saw. So 369 spaces. No. Hookshot, walkshot actually gets the max range. The flip. Almost there. Oscar Rinnan. That precision protocol was closed as Razork, a dirty ulti. Finish him. He's out. 369 is dead. And we go back towards mid. More fighting. Charm doesn't connect, but Mako does. Jumps in. Cream gets it and gets the shutdown. Finally an edge in this matchup over 2 games.
Big roam here from Mako on the support. Rumble comes up to bail him out. That is so big for Cream to be able to get that one. Cut down on those Dark Seal stacks. Stop that LeBlanc from snowballing. That big win con for Fnatic. Really good roam here from Mako. And he even had Tien behind him as well, but then they make the call. Tien's like, you got this, buddy. Nice job. The harpoon hitting. Finishes it in there. Yeah, you get the shutdown money onto Cream where they want it.
You said something early on which really resonated with me. It's about heat management and how well Mako can play this game on the Rumble support. Heat management there was exceptional. Overheating after the full rotation was out. He's got Sork Shoes now as well, by the way, so this Rumble ain't playing around. However, with the top-sided play, Oscar Rinnan able to get something in this matchup, which we know is going to get better and better for the Camille. At least something here for what was the weakest player in the regular season and even in playoffs for Fnatic.
And he almost got the solo kill there.
Yeah.
Get a tiny bit more damage on the Q. Little trade.
Chains come out. Green just takes a big hit as well. Least is now fighting back here, this rookie mid laner coming into MSI.
So Fnatic have the small leads in their top half of the map. Look at Jun. Jun is making a roam here too. He's first. Mako's following.
Tien with the Crescent Guard has to flash away. Again, caught out once more is this jungler from TES as Bream and Mako sync up once again. Why is the Rumble always here? Humanoid must start getting annoyed. At least Jun here with the handshake though brings it back, and Humanoid with the counter, man.
Jun is insane!
Jun is insane, exactly right.
Jun is insane, another handshake from him.
Speaking of
no
insanity, he flashed for this on the Tien, he has no ulti. He follows the blast going, Tien is next up. Razork not missing as the all-out though brings Oscar in under turret. He's out with the flash himself before he can get caught a second time. But man, Fnatic are matching pound for pound.
Meanwhile, bottom side, JackeyLove, the hope for top again.
Holy crap.
JackeyLove, it's the name of the team at this point. Trying to do his work. He's trying to focus on his lane.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, not paying attention to anything happening up on that top half. I'm gonna keep getting my plates. I'm gonna keep getting my money. That CS advantage is massive, of course, down there. Oscar, nice little sidestep here as Razork comes around.
Soko strikes now down. Mako, though, comes in with the equalizer. We already talked about the advantage in this lane, and Mako's just going to seal the deal. Tries to get out, though, for the bailout. Does the face call, sends Jun in with a good handshake, though. Hostile takeover zones out as Jackie Love kites down, but Cream's here with the Spirit Rush. Jackie trying to buy time for his mid laner, and he's done so successfully. Gets traded off in the end, but Jun, as he stands here, just has to watch Cream battle him down. Mako's coming in with another rotation as well, and Jun is sure to die eventually. A good charm, an Orb of Deception, a couple more autos, a Spirit Rush out, Mako still dies. We're getting clumsy here as Top Esports continue to play out, and Cream finally gets the TP come through as well. And here we go, round 17 in the series. Humanoid with a chain out, Tien with a Crescent Guard, but inside the LeBlanc, the damage is already done. Noah tries to follow this out as another TP from Oscar and brings it in, as Tien is now dead. What we expected as Cream runs through his life, well, Humanoid wants more.
Might be one of those Tien moments you were talking about where I was warning against with these types of mid laners. If you don't have flash on Xin Zhao, you are a liability to get picked up. The blood continues.
Mako just shredded down. Humanoid again, man. I tell you what, a shrine for Marek Brazda. People that are LEC fans, start building it now.
Thank you, Freak, for the LeBlanc buffs on the patch.
He wants the West to succeed.
Back in action here. Let's take a look. This is the kind of the beginning of the reel. Mako and Jackie Love doing everything they can to carry this game. They're the only part of top that was ahead, and then they get a little bit deep here, and Humanoid's able to get the shutdown on Jackie Love. As Humanoid dies, he does get the last hit there and takes him down. So even though Cream came through and they're able to get this last one, there's a little bit of a blunder later on. We'll see as Mako picks the tower aggro back up. Let's see about it. It's right here.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Just as he walked right back in, it reacquired right on the reacquiring timer.
Scorch, you reckon?
Yeah, I have to look at it again slowly to see what was the tick.
Still
but it must have been.
I mean, look, Fnatic, this early game looking pretty good. Oscar and going to get zoned out topside as, again, we just revisit the same amount of speed. But let's take stock. It's a Dragon for Top Esports in the early game. They're behind 2,000 gold, but 30 seconds until we see what happens through that bottom side. And for Fnatic, it seems like right now they have a lot of setup here with pings getting spammed down and Razok now moving into position.
And they want this pace. The Fnatic comp, with all of this damage, they want to start cracking these side lanes so they can get some more room to play with too, so they can make the most of their picks. This team is just all about these picks, you know, the Camille, the LeBlanc, the Viego here. So let's see. Dragon coming up soon. They should be able to calm it down and take that objective first. Then you will have an even split on those 3-3 Void Grubs and an even split on the 1-1 Dragons as well. Humanoid, though, once again, the point of power for Fnatic.
Yeah. Oscar in though, is he in trouble? The flip back. Hexagon made him bubbles as though the all out to the edge here is Cassante doing Cassante things until Oscar in hits back again. There's really good buffers in the matchup as the spacing is beautiful. 369 with the flip. Oscar predicts. He walks up, he walks away, and he survives here in the all outers. 369's trading, gets a little bit deep, a little bit frisky, and Oscar trying to pace it for this flash. That's up in about 3-4 seconds.
And look at minimap. We're even having an invade on the bottom half of the map while the exciting 1v1's going on. Tien and Mako invaded the jungle, and you're actually going to get safe recalls from both Fnatic members. So Fnatic respecting the jungle invade from Top Esports. They back off from the bottom lane, and they're not going to give over any more kills to it. Look at the rotation here. They send Humanoid up to top side in the long lane while they rotate over that bottom lane. We just talked about recalling from that bottom lane. They just say, hey, we're going to give up the tower. We'll concede. You've got the jungle rotation, and you have Jackie Love pushing. So they get that outer.
Guess what's in the script again?
Jackie Love versus Humanoid?
Yeah, round 2. Just quietly this time for Jackie Love as he gets that turret in the end, but Cream's just taking a blast going right into Fnatic. Now Spirit rushes for the turn. He dodges Razork's stun, but Charm is also out of range. Jun here with a hostile takeover, and as it rolls through, 369's also out of range. Mako's here, but TP brings in the fire. In fact, Mako does as well. Oscar in his angle is beautiful. The level 11 Camille. Oscar cuts. Creeps down. Now 369's down as well. They're in front of the whole enemy team at Top Esports running into their jungle, and Fnatic are unyielding.
Yeah, everybody's got eyeballs on Humanoid because of last game, but Oscar, this young top laner, they put the faith in him with the Camille pick, with the buffs on the patch, and he's actually got the biggest lane advantage with his Trinity Force damage finished. He teleports in, he makes sure with the flash, they finish off the kill, and they finish off both objectives, Rift Herald and top tower taken in the aftermath. Fnatic snowballing.
So much gold, 4,000 just about, and Oscar Renan is having his such an impactful game here at MSI.
Isn't this so much more fun than seeing lane swaps? Having the top laners have those types of battles throughout this one. That charm barely not having the length to touch Humanoid there, doesn't get that big, and then they pull the teleport from Oscar. He lands the stun over, he goes, finishes, makes sure that they get the kill with the full Q. They pick up both of them here, and then they can get the objectives in the aftermath. Nice aggressive play, overloading top side of the map. Bottom side's been bleeding this whole time for Fnatic, but they don't care. They're top focused, the entire top side of the map. Massive leads.
Jun's still doing a lot of work with the skirmishing as well. Don't forget that this Renata, there's a reason we gave it respect. Humanoid's ahead. We've got Razork in a position of power on this Viego, which is Tien's pick of choice, by the way. Whenever he can play Viego in a meta,
yeah, second most played champion, I believe, of all time. His win rate on Viego is almost 75%. It was like 74 something.
It's great. I mean, this is why against these two, jungle pool is always going to be interesting as Herald over the wall. Oscar Renan with Trinity Force is going to help this push come through. More standing gold down over to Fnatic. A minute 45 to Dragon as well. And Oscar has very long lanes to play through.
This is the map state they're looking for. Leads on their LeBlanc and their Camille, their split pushers. All outer towers gone. It makes it so dangerous. All these patches of Fog of War. Cream setting up his own though. Waits for the W timer. There's the ulti.
To clear the wave. The chain is down as well. Orbit Deception doesn't connect. The charm doesn't connect. Cream needs to land this. Otherwise Humanoid just walks away scot-free.
Humanoid shrugs him off. Able to finish up his top side push. Anytime you glance down at the minimap, again, it's going to be blue minions pushed up further with the advantages of these split pushers, and it makes it so much easier for Fnatic to gain control of the jungle.
Yep.
Look at this blue mountain that has occurred. Fnatic do not want to let this one go quietly in 2 games. They want to push us to game number 3. They're in the position to do it, and they're all going to collapse on mid.
A final outer finally flying down. Oscar Renan is swinging the legs. Just like in Kingsman. You know, that you've seen it, Kobe.
I haven't actually seen it.
Well, that's a shame. Everyone else out there, you know who I'm talking about.
I'm with you.
She slices people in half for Samuel L. Jackson. And I'm telling you right now, Oscar Renan is slicing people in half for Razork and Humanoid, who've already had a great start to the early game as well. Now, let's take stock again as we get towards this Baron side in minute 50 and Dragon comes up in 15 seconds.
Cream's got to be careful. The reason he's not being careful is because he has the rest of his team coming.
Okay.
But if it's the 1v1, that is 2 item LeBlanc versus 1 item.
Mako flashed. Maybe Mako has to be careful again. Razork almost finding a pick here on the bottom lane. Bottom lane.
Everybody, you can tell there's so much damage there.
Yep.
A little bit itchy with it. I think that Dragon just has to be forfeit for sure. Top Esports. Jackie Love again is the hope, but he's on Varus this time around. You cannot be as aggressive as you can on Lucian. Varus's, poke damage, his lethality is a much slower moving champion. Sure. You don't get to move up and kind of assert your will.
Without an enchanter as well. You know, Mako's on the damage threat in the rumble, so.
Literally, Jackie against Fnatic, and Fnatic right now, Humanoid.
Time for a dive, Equalizer comes down, Humanoid's playing with him though, he jumps in, almost takes out Cream, and now he's out himself. Under turret, Mako's gonna die second time this game, as Tien is isolated. They use everything on Marek Brasna, and they fail.
Yeah, he lives, and Tien flashed for it to get that W on him. Didn't have enough damage.
Jun touching blood in the water.
Jun.
Cream is out.
He was looking at his screen. That's good for Cream.
That is very
he was
good.
looking at the screen, walks away, sees the Renata coming. But it's still going to be such an advantage here for Fnatic as they can push again all sides of the map. Oscar finishes up top side. All right, let's take another look at how it started out though. Hex flash over from Mako, try and grab him under turret. They do get it during the knockup with the ulti and with the ignite on him, but Jun is there and they get the shield. Mako, thankfully for top, was not hit by the LeBlanc, so ended up being an execute, but they also got the extra flash out here. Oof. Action-packed.
It is. It's so great for Fnatic. I mean, more of what we saw in the first game. Kobe, you were admiring their draft coming into the second game, like throwing a spanner into the works, throwing pace in. We know these kind of comps are rare and hardly ever seen. 1-3-1 setup that looks so successful with an almost 3-item LeBlanc here for Humanoid.
Yeah.
2 items now for Oscar and think about his trading in lane with Ravenous. 369 is going to start struggling more and more, and for Oscar Rinnan, he's done so well at mitigating any pressure that's come his way this game as well.
Yeah, and especially if like Jackie is kind of the hero of top esports, Fnatic are built with so many threats for a low mobility carry like that. But
All-in comes through, hostile takeover. Razork might be caught out, the bailout is there, but they need to find TM. Razork won't get the reset. Oscar Rinnan goes deep as well. Fnatic, what are you doing? They're flashed on away. Oscar Rinnan tries to
shut down.
When EU has hope, when it starts with success, it may still end in failure.
All right, Jackie gets the shutdown. Top Esports answering that bit of aggression, defending their own jungle. I want to see the beginning of it again and how Razork actually gets kind of locked down there. Let's see, because, I mean, I guess then you're kind of accelerating towards the Muramana for Jackie. They popped his shield off. Then he went for the stun. The flash from Jackie. Yeah, Razork ulted in, but Jackie had already flashed to gain the distance. And then they got the pincer here. Tien immediately went in. He survives because he has the Xin Zhao ultimate. Yeah, nice teleport reaction there from 369 too. Top, as soon as you give them that opportunity, they turn around and they do punish you. So as much of a lead as Fnatic were building, as much momentum as they were building, they do have to be fairly careful here.
And this is why, you know, again, to quote what Emily's been talking about, the mid-game macro, if you look at only finals alone from Top Esports, you wouldn't think them a very intelligent team, but you start seeing plays that like this game, their counter punches and how they can react to pressure. For Top Esports, it's things like those TP plays from 369 that make him so good at skirmishing and team fighting along with his original organization.
And also, Fnatic has gotten a lot of leads that have gotten away from them, so
it's a bit of column A, column B.
They definitely get brimming with confidence at points, so we'll see about some stabilization here.
You reckon it was the Shocks clip that put it downhill?
I don't know, maybe you who just brought it up.
Well,
you literally said the line.
Yeah, but it was already said on
a minute
broadcast.
ago. Yeah.
Surely, if I jinx it, then that has got to unjinx it, right?
All right, well, let's see, because Jackie close to transforming for Muramana to have his true 3-item power spike. On the top side, Tien and 369 fishing around, but Oscar easily able to evade. Not going to step up too far. And basically top are still looking for, you defend your jungle and you try and wait for another one of these opportunities where someone steps a little bit too far forward because they have the lead, then you punish. So if you can close the door, if you can punish on someone who oversteps, then you can kind of work your way back into it. But they don't really get to be the ones being the first movers because Fnatic still retains such a good split pushing advantage here. And they can get the move first again.
Yeah.
Whenever you push up a side lane like this, like the pseudo vision of the minions, I mean, it's not even pseudo, it's real vision until the minions die. But
yeah,
them pushing up in the lanes and your enemies having to go catch those is kind of like you know, them dealing with housework while you get to go have fun and set up for your objective first.
Even you minions were just like, I don't know, servants. It's rough. That's a reality of what they do. Humanoid peeking around. Reality of his damage shown there as well. Proof in the pudding while 369 comes on in. I mean,
got
setting
full
up
vision.
this dragon.
All right, Fnatic, full vision. They've got the poke. Humanoid
jumps in, does good damage, does double sigil though, so Mirage is down for a little bit here as Jackie Love runs in with the rest of the team. The hostile takeover though, John! Again, this man on this pick is huge, but they haven't done the damage. Equalizer out while 369 gets to the back line, but enables a reset for Razork. Step 1 is down. Step 2 comes with Oscar Rinnan, who almost overchases. The Top Esports has owned off this dragon, and John's ultis are a thing to be admired.
And Champ Select, when we were saying, oh, if they team fight, then it's going to all rely on the CC from Renata, from Jun. Kind of imagining that dream giant ulti, that wave that just crashes over the entirety of TES, and you could see hysterics in the aftermath, the couple of seconds after it, the kind of desync in TES, because then you have 369 goes in and the Rumble ult goes down, but the rest of the team kind of backing up. Look at this. Humanoid backed out of the brush. Jun stays in. He gets a massive one. And then even with Tien popping up his ulti there and them trying to go backwards, 369 in, so they get over the other side of the Rumble ultimate, and Fnatic with that kill, grab the dragon. That will be soul point for them.
Oh, doesn't see them. Sneaky movement from top esports. They move up, so Jun thinks he's safe. He's walking in. He's going to be targeted out. He flashes away. The handshake's good, but Jackie Love now frontlining. Heals away too, but the all-in from Razork is going to find him. Jackie's down. It's a reverse of game one as Humanoid gets to play the cleanup duty. EU believes, and in game two, top esports are faltering.
Jun is crazy, man. He's okay. Oscar gonna finish.
He's also crazy as well, it seems. Jumping onto Cream, it's another kill, and now Baron is as easy as that.
It's like, you know what? We've got no real tank fake face checkers on our team. I've got Flash, and I've got the support shield item. I'll just do it myself. He's got his finger on the Flash, ready, knowing that there's a huge possibility there in the brush. He does flash back. He hits the handshake on the exit, allows Fnatic the chase downs. They get the Baron afterwards. Now Humanoid goes down to collect bottom side. That one's going to be the game breaker. Now it's really just going to explode here. With Baron buff for the 1-3-1 split push team, Fnatic have so much power right now to push us to a game 3. Jun knows. He's kind of expecting it. He hits it. Oh my, it's just so good. Popping the spell shield, landing the handshake as he exits. With the rest of the Fnatic there, they immediately teleport on his play. Humanoid follows it up. They got the chain, they got the chase down. This series is really delivering.
It really is. Fnatic moving into their own element. Even Oscar in it here with a nice pick to set up for Razork. Like, mid-jungle has been insane, but then Jun as well stepping up to the spotlight. Noah's had a bit of a quiet one because of the laning phase, but you've still got that Renata, and the value's there. So much more over Mako's Rumble that is 2 levels behind it.
Yeah, it's okay for right now, because like you're saying, Jun, Humanoid, Oscar, stepping up huge, Razork as well. Now all that's left with this Baron buff to close in on all 3 lanes.
Yeah.
Humanoid working the last minion wave towards mid, while this 3 squad down here with the double stacked up cannons doesn't have to get anything risky. They don't have to get fancy at all.
As you said, but Mako's going to make it a little bit fancy in the top side with the all-out being burned as well. But Oscar in it may be able to 1v2 this. He's got 3 items, Steric's game, and the uppercut makes it big again. The Steric shield comes through, and down goes the damage. Like I said, Oscar Rinnan with double solo kills. He's back.
That's 3 item Camille, baby. Steric's gauge popped. He knew, I've got the extra safety, goes back in. 1v2 for Oscar, and they're not done.
It doesn't end there with Jun almost finding Cream. The Berserk ends up hitting on the tippy tip as Cream jumps on in. The end of the Spirit Rush doing nothing though, and Noah finally having some action, flashes and finds it. Everyone with individual outplays as Jackie is left isolated, and it's another kill going over to Oscar. 22-7, 28 minutes. And just like game 1, but in reverse, Fnatic can dish it all back. You want to play fast, you want to play bloody League of Legends. Fnatic have been doing that all year, and when this team comes to the table with Jun taking control, look at what they achieved. A double knockup with a phase call, a double triple setup here for the Camille yet again. 369 to drop on down, a fair Nexus, and a game 3 to qualify for the main stage. Fnatic have earned their right.
Oh, this game 3 is going to be a treat.
Oh, yeah.
Play-ins of MSI 2024 already looking hype. Top Esports and Fnatic going the distance here. This is for promotion. You win this for either